Hello, I'm back to share with you my back on track. Like everybody, I'm human too, and and there's a time where our body is integrating and just adjusting to the new weight that we're in and in our bodies, and it's okay. Some people need just a break, but the key is not to go overboard. I have been quiet on for a couple of months now, but that's because I just was in that place of the scales weren't moving, they were going up and down, and I just took a break and relaxed and said, okay, I know how to eat, so this is a good time to really practice learning how to eat. And I'm proud to say I only gained 4 pounds from that experience. And look at it, number one, as a time to just take a break. Take some pressure off yourself, because we're giving ourselves a lot of pressure. I'm a year out. May 7th was my 1 year, and I wanted to be at 300 pounds under that. That was my goal, but I didn't make it. That's okay, because you know what? I come a long way, baby. And even though I didn't make 300 pounds, I was at 304. Or not 304, 306. And that's just 2 points away. I did make the 100 pounds. I didn't make under the 300. I made my 100 pounds. So I was so tickled, pleased, that because for me, a year out, and anybody, 100 pounds is a good job. Well done. We got to take time to pat ourselves in the back, and that's why these support groups are so great, for people to say congratulations. So anyways, but I wanted to share my success with you. So I took that some time out, and for when my latest video was, I don't know exactly. Let me check and find out. Apparently I can't use the pause button and the the internet function on my camera, the pause function on my camera, and go to the internet at the same time. So anyways, you'll have to look at that. But my guess, it was like February, the end of February, before March, and in that time frame. So I, like I said, I took the pressure off, and I just practiced eating, and I only gained, like, I was at 104. I mean, I wish. That's too much, but yeah, I wanted to be down 104 pounds, but I was at 100 pounds, so congratulations to me. And, I was close. And I am continuing on my progress, and so, but, relaxing and just start practicing, maintaining, and let your body adjust, and then get back on track. So, and then it was like, when I was ready, I kind of started, but then here comes Easter, and so it's a family function. But again, I managed to do it, and with control, and so I went up 2 pounds, and then from Easter, I went up to 2 more pounds, so that's a total of 4 pounds that I was over when I started my back on track. So, and I'm pleased to say that yesterday that I went down to 304, so I'm back at my 100-pound goal. So now I've reached, so now it's time to go from that 100-pound on down and to my other goal. So which for me personally is 260. So, I'm not far from that either, and if it's like, I did not set a personal goal in the beginning. I just said whatever my body wanted to be at, and I'm looking, and I'm doing a good job. I don't have a little bit of this, but I've lost a lot of weight in my face, and I'm taking the right supplements, and I'm taking care of my skin, and eating the right foods, and so I'm not having that sagging, experience of the loose skin for 100 pounds. I took a picture naked, but I won't share that with you. But I was looking at it, and I was like, wow, comparing that to the first picture I took of me naked before my surgery. And I was just like, in a side view, stomach. And I was just amazed. Like, you don't realize what the 100 pounds really looks like, until you stop and look at it. But so I was just really pleased, but I'm ready to get back on track. And so one of the ways that I do that is I do for 3 days. I do a coffee in the morning, and I put my protein in it, and I use cocoa because I like the chocolatey coffee thing, and sometimes I use chocolate protein powder. I use the Body Fortress brand. I don't have it in my room, and it's 30 grams of protein and very low carbs and sugar, and I use that, and it's an isolate wheat, which is different than the other, but it tastes pretty good. So I put a scoop of that in my coffee in the morning, and I like to put a coconut milk powder. It's organic. I get it on Amazon, and I put a tablespoon of that in my coffee in the morning. So that gives me the good healthy fats, because we do need those, and it gives me the protein, and the cocoa is very good. It just does all kinds of good what do you call them? Anyways, it's late at night, so my brain's not, the wheels aren't turning as quickly, but antioxidants, and it does all kinds of good things for you. And so then, of course, I'm taking my supplements, and so then I'm drinking plenty of water. Key. The more water you drink, the more you lose. You're flushing the toxins out of your system, which is a mistake that I do quite often, and I have to make myself do it, because that's why the Berry-tastic app is great, because it can set reminders to drink it. Now, I don't always follow that because I'm doing something else and I forget, but I try really hard, and pretty much on a daily basis I do get my water intake in. But sometimes, like there's a period, like I had a lot of doctor's appointment. I had to take my mom to the doctor's, that kind of stuff. There's a lot happening, and you just throughout the day, and you just don't, you're not by your phone to set your alarm to get it, and you don't think, unless that water's right there in your hand or in front of you, you know. So just becoming more conscious aware and trying to make it happen to where it's a natural thing. And I'm getting better at it, because before I didn't drink water at all. So another kudos to me and to you too, because I know you're doing the same thing. And if you're not, well, start practicing it. It's all about practicing. And the more you practice, the better you get at it. It becomes a natural habit. It's the same thing with ways of eating. And, we're human beings, in a human body, enjoying the human experience, which, is all about our sensual pleasures and, our goals and our ambitions and just all kinds of stuff. But, one of them is enjoyment of food and taste, and, but it's when we overindulge, which most all of us do if you're overweight. Bottom line, yes, we have disorders and diseases. Mine was hypothyroidism, which exacerbates the onset, just causes it to speed it up faster, So I gained weight a lot faster because my metabolism was off. But coming back into balance and eating the right foods and making the right choices, I took on this when I did the weight as a new way of eating to heal and nourish my body, a new way of being in my life, which is, those of you who don't know much about me, because I haven't shared that on here, but I am a holistic practitioner, and that is what I practice in my own life, and hence my healing. But, coming into balance and becoming a new way of being in your life, and healing and becoming whole, and having a whole different experience, than, so anyways, but so getting back on track. is that you drink, your protein, whatever that is for you, but make it a liquid. 3 days of liquid. Then I boiled a bone broth for 18 hours, and I put the chicken bones in there and the vegetables, carrots and celeries and some onions. I took a whole onion and diced it, into fours, and then I just took the carrots, they were baby carrots, and just put all of those in there, and then the celery. I cut the stalks up, and I just cooked that in my slow cooker for 18 hours, and it becomes this healthy bone broth. And so then I removed all the vegetables, and my mom likes the steamed vegetables, so she had eaten the carrots and some of the celery, but I like them too, so I put them in the freezer so that when I occasionally I do rice. I don't make it a thing that I do, but I do the healthy rices, the ones with more grain and fiber in them, such as the brown rice, and my latest thing is the forbidden rice. So I will do that, and then I will put vegetables in that and eat it with legumes, which for me is the lentils. I like lentils, or whatever beans, kind of lentils that you prefer. Anyways, I'm tongue-tied. The other words for beans, lima beans, black beans, um, whatever, pinto beans, that kind of stuff. But anyways, so I did that. I did my chicken broth, and so I set that aside. I took all my vegetables out, and I put them in baggies and containers, and I either put them in the freezer or in the refrigerator. And then I drained, I deboned the chicken because there was a little bit of chicken on it. So I took that off and, used that because I will put that as well in my rice. And so I have protein with that, and so that'll be a complete meal when I do that the next time. But for now, the whole principle and the concept is that I did my morning drink with the protein in it, coffee, whatever that is for you. Maybe it's just almond milk with your protein, or it's a protein shake. That's fine too. And then the bone broth, and drinking lots of water. And then for dinner, I did the first day I did a green smoothie. So I put a cup of spinach and a cup and a half of mixed fruits, frozen, and half a banana, and a scoop of protein powder, and that particular day I put water in it. Sometimes I'll put almond milk in it, but I just wanted to stick with the less calories, So I did that, and I lost 2 pounds right off. And so then the next day, I kind of ate a couple of things like some crackers, because my stomach wasn't just setting right. I think it was from the after I did the fruit smoothie. So I decided, the next day I would do the bone broth and my protein drinks. And so at night, that next night, I did hot chocolate. So I just did some almond milk and heated that up, and then I added the cocoa powder, and I brought that to, I heated it up, the almond milk, and then I added my cocoa powder in it and mixed that up, and then I let it cool for just a short time, and then I added my protein powder, because you don't want the protein powder in there when it's too hot. I think over 140 it starts to curdle, but become chunky and grainy, and it doesn't dissolve right. So under 140 degrees is when, and it's recommended by one of the protein manufacturers, so I've been following that, and it seems to work. But anyway, so I do the almond milk and the cocoa, and a scoop of that, and at night I will put in a tablespoon of the coconut powdered milk, which is organic, and so it satiates me, satisfies me, that healthy fat in there, and then from the bone broth, you're getting that. And so it was very healthy. And so the next day I lost not quite a pound, but 0.8. So, and so then that's that. And so then today I did the same thing, but without the crackers. And, oh, and I didn't use almond milk tonight. I just used regular water. And, so I will be interested to see where I'm at on the scales tomorrow. But, so, and then I will just be doing, I'll do the next day. So after that 3 days, it's just kind of graduating back into, healthy styles. And for me, I like to start, I'm not ever really been a breakfast person, but I do on occasion, and you'll see in my videos what I vary it. But I always try to do one protein drink with coffee or hot cocoa. And if I do the coffee, it's in the morning. If I do the cocoa, the hot chocolate drink, it's in the evening. But I will do, then I'll do either, for breakfast, I will do an omelet that consists of two, regular size eggs and two vegetables, or sometimes three, but it's generally a cup and a half of vegetables together. So it might be a half a cup of one. Sometimes I go to two. It just depends on the vegetables, the density, and how, like spinach, I'll do a whole cup of spinach. And if I'm doing broccoli, I'll do a half a cup of broccoli. And I like to do tomatoes in that too. So, I will do half a cup of tomatoes with that recipe. So that's 2 cups right there. But if it was like all broccoli and I used 1 cup, then I just, I'll do half a cup of something else and use 2 vegetables. So, cauliflower generally, but it's, basically you get the idea. And so then the next one I will do if I do lunch, then I will do a big salad with about 4 ounces, 3 to 4 ounces of organic cheese or turkey, or not cheese, chicken or turkey, or fish too in there. And every once in a while I do ground hamburger beef, but it's all lean. Everything is lean. It's the chicken. Sometimes I do ground chicken breast. Sometimes I just do the meats, the deli meats. But anyways, so, and then I will do a healthy dressing like an oil and vinegar, or just something else that's healthy, healthy fats. And I make sure I don't put, for fats, your serving per day is usually 2 tablespoons. So, I usually will do a tablespoon, and I will add some other, some lemon juice to it, or some tahini, or some Bragg's amino acid. You just create your own salad dressing, making sure it's not high in calorie content, and you keep it in the proportion, size. And then I drizzle that over my salad, and I have a yummy salad. And then in the evening, sometimes I will go ahead and have for 3 to 4 ounces of meat, sometimes 2. It just depends on what kind of meat it is, and 2 vegetable servings. And if I don't do that, and if I do, my hot chocolate, then I just do the hot chocolate. But that really helps me I'm burning the fat from my body. And then, that's usually good for a good month. And so that's basically the plan I use to get back on track. And so then after this, 3 day, I will be sharing my recipes that I create. I did a yummy taco salad right before I did the 3-day fasting, which I'll share that with you. And I'll share the recipe for the chicken bone broth, which is really simple and easy, and share the calorie and all that count with you. But, I'm here to support you and to share my journey, my successful journey. Kudos to me and kudos to you, because this is not an easy journey. So anyways, I'm here for you, and I hope you enjoy these videos. Please, if you're watching these and they're informative for you, like them, give me some thumbs up, make some comments. That way I know that it doesn't matter, I'm going to be chronicalizing, my own journey, but it would, it's nice to know that somebody's appreciating the time and the effort I've taken to making these videos, and to know that I'm helping somebody else out there. So, and share them, please share them if you find them helpful, because, like I said, this journey is not easy. We got in this shape because there's some deep psychological issues that we had going on surrounding weight and gaining it and all that stuff, and self-esteem, and there's so much stuff tied into that we need all the support. And I, through my other channel, and occasionally I will post one here, about just kind of looking at those issues and clearing them and letting go of them. And you have to heal internally, and or else you'll still have those issues that got you here in the first place. So do your inner work, and it's important, key to helping you stay and maintain the weight loss, and to help you stay on your journey, and to, I feel better that I've healed my weight issues, and a lot of them. I did my own self journeying because I am a healer. That's what I do, a holistic practitioner, and I've worked in the mental health settings, and as well as in physical medicine. And then I became an energetic worker, and energy worker, and just have investigated other self-help, other ways of healing yourself. And Louise Hay, she's just a wonderful pioneer in the way of self-help gurus, quote, quote, that's the quote, quote, quote. But she still is, because she's still alive. But you can look her up on YouTube as well, and she just really helps you, look at what elements are going on and what issues those are related to, and she's just wonderful. So check her out. I'm also always available. You can say, hey, I would like to take you up on your offer to help get through some some other issues other than the weight. Please reach out to me, and I will reach out to you, and we can go from there. All right, dear ones. And you know what? I'll post my link to my other YouTube page, which is for that purpose. Have a beautiful day. Keep on keeping on, and get back on track. When you fall off, don't worry about it. Get back on track. Next day, enjoy your... we make a choice. Exactly. I've done it. You've done it. Where, hey, my weakness used to be pizza. And if I wanted a little slice of pizza, which I know was going to throw my calorie count up, and carbs put on weight, sugar puts on weight, I'm facing the consequence of that, or it's going to stall me out. I'm facing the consequence. I've decided I'm willing to do that, and that's my personal choice. But but if you keep doing it too often, it becomes that old bad habit. So be very disciplined and know it's okay, but don't get lost in it. Ciao, bellas and bello.